Hello and welcome to the Interjections podcast. This is subtitled The Undiscovered Decade. And
Woo!
we're a podcast that talks about movies from about 30 years ago. Why am I talking like this? Well, the movie we're talking about is from the 1930s. And this is my best, Treat Williams as Xander Drax, who is one of the main characters. I'm going to
Okay.
stop that because I cannot keep that up for the entire podcast.
Oh, come on now.
Got that face
There's a
punch.
challenge.
That snappy dialogue out there. Come
Yeah.
on, whippersnapper.
Yeah, you guys can do it just as well. Imagine we did that the entire time. Ooh, boy.
Podcast will be 20 minutes.
Yeah, right. The movie we're covering is The Phantom.
Ooh.
Every time we do one of these now, we do a little spinner wheel to see who can talk about the actual plot. Let's see who gets to talk about The Phantom.
The Phantom.
Well, there you go. It's about
Yeah.
time. It's halfway
Oh.
it's halfway through the year and I hadn't gone yet. Pirates. Pirates have overwhelmed the seas for generations. When one little boy is orphaned by them, it starts a chain reaction that leads to a vigilante justice seeker who protects the jungle and all the treasures that lie therein. Cut to modern day, albeit the 1930s, where Kit Walker upholds the mantle of the Phantom. He dedicates his life to resisting vice and upholding virtue. When old flame Diana Palmer investigates power-hungry businessman Xander Drax, she uncovers a plot to steal 3 mystical skulls. With those skulls, Drax hopes to obtain ultimate power, and the only thing standing in his way is the heroic Phantom. So that's pretty much it.
I
One
like
man's
how,
generational trauma.
Yeah.
when this came out, people were comparing this to Indiana Jones, but it's a nice subversion of Indiana Jones, I felt like.
Because
Because,
she's the Globetrotter?
well, no, because James Remar is dressed like Indiana Jones, but he's actually the villain because he's the one that's tomb raiding.
Right.
The village savage is the one defending it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the hero, and they flipped the script on that one. I like that.
Yeah. It's got a little bit Tarzan in there because it seems like he might have been raised by the locals at least.
And the
Um,
ghost of his former mentor.
yeah.
I was born in a cave. You
Yeah.
merely adopted the magic skulls.
All right.
He
Also, I like how
literally
it
says
starts
that.
off with
Good
that
point.
serial title card of those who came in late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was nice. Episodic nature of this lends it to have had a lot more sequels, and I kind of wish it did. It's
It
a
was
good idea, and it's just been never fully formed. This I was reading about the author. What is his name? It's Bohm, right? Jeffrey Bohm. He had tried to write something with Joe Dante, who we talked about a couple of years ago for that John
Yeah.
Goodman film. Yeah. And he wrote a bunch of sparkling films, like, in fact, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. He had a good knack for action and comedy within the action. And so they wanted to sort of make a parody of things like Indiana Jones or Tarzan or whatnot, all these serialized action films. And they wanted it closer to the actual material, which is very dry. And so they sort of kept the original script, but played it for as serious as possible. And it's just the script seems a little dull, but when you realize that, you can kind of understand where the dialogue's coming from, and it's played opposite what is meant. I'm still
it's
okay with a lot of it, but
it's interesting because it's a campy superhero movie that was made in the 90s, but it was based on and took place in stuff from the 30s.
mhm.
So it's like, how do we make that more appealing to the Ritalin ravaged kids of the 90s?
Yeah. Well, it's also
Um,
in that same genre as The Rocketeer or Dick Tracy that we covered
right.
before.
A superhero with no
Yeah, the
actual
pulp.
superpowers except for like one thing.
Hmm. Yeah, this is the most supernatural of all those characters, which is
Right.
interesting. I like the angles they go with it. The skulls are an interesting MacGuffin.
Very pulpy.
Hmm.
I
Oh
also
yeah.
like how Billy Zane plays the character. He's very insouciant and kind of smug.
Hang
And
on.
he
This
has
is
a
this
lot
is
of funny
Corey's full
clips.
Corey's $5 word for today.
That's right.
Yeah, insouciant.
What does insouciant mean?
So he's very carefree. He doesn't seem exactly like nervous during these encounters. He's a little flip.
Yeah.
Like he also one of the few heroes that uses a pistol. Most
That's true.
use the pistol.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Well, it's also interesting because you mentioned the pistols, and they go very much into like he's applying pirate physics to other things. Like there's a chase where he's like going down an elevator shaft, and he takes the pistols and uses them to protect his hands so he slides down a
Mm-hmm.
cable.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Smart.
Yeah, they come up with very interesting action beats that you don't normally see in these kind of set pieces.
A lot of the stunts are really good. I really like the bridge stunt at the beginning is good. I like
Really
the
good.
when they have to abandon the plane at one point and jump onto the horse.
Mm-hmm. That reminded me of Cutthroat Island when they're trying to drive down the street and they couldn't really sell that stunt. This
Right.
this one went a lot better and looked like it really happened. Yeah, in
Of
fact,
course.
does the island area or the jungle area remind you of anything, Jeff?
Everybody uses the same goddamn jungle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same plot of a strip of water that they fly down is
gonna
the
have
same
an
one from Cutthroat Island
We're gonna
and
have an
Jurassic World.
entirely separate podcast where we just review every movie shot in that one particular island.
Mm-hmm.
Is Congo shot there as well?
I don't know, but the way that James Remar is dressed kind of reminded me of who's the main guy, the one from Nip Tuck from Congo?
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. I forget. Yeah.
There's that dude that was in The Sopranos. That
Oh yeah, the
movie as
mobster.
well. Yeah, I was just like, it was just a very strange thing because I had seen him in that beforehand. Although I remember seeing this movie as a kid, I don't remember
Yeah.
much, but yeah. But I think this was one of those things where like I remember enjoying it like an 8-year-old would enjoy a superhero movie, but not like, oh my god, this is my favorite movie. It was just, I don't know. It placed some weird subconscious things. Like when I saw, I think Tree Williams was kind of like which came first, Xander Drax in this movie or Hank Scorpio on The
Hmm.
Simpsons?
I'll look up when that episode happened.
It's
But yeah,
very
they have the
much
same energy.
right. And so like I remember seeing this movie and then watching Everwood years later, and I was like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. He steals the show for sure.
Yeah, he's the campiest of the bunch.
Yeah,
It's just
he's
like
the closest to that original script, I think.
I think if there's a weak link in the cast, it's probably Kristy Swanson.
Unfortunately, I think she almost has chemistry with Billy Zane, but I wonder if there was some stuff cut from that original script that made her snappier. You know, you want something like The Mummy where Rachel Weisz is just as funny as Brendan Fraser.
Right.
Or like Indiana Jones, all his love interests actually have repartee with him. She's just kind of like, where were you? I did read that they cut some of what they were going to do with the romance, which makes it make sense at the end when he's like, oh, I was going to propose to you. Comes out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, I know we may have had something in the past, but you're not really trying in this movie. I want to say it came out in November 96. You Only Move Twice, the episode with Hank Scorpio. So it's only a few months later.
There you go.
interesting.
I remember at the time that this came out, I didn't see it in theaters. However, Burger King had a movie tie-in where you got the ring.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
remember
right.
that.
I kind of remember that.
That was a cherished item of my childhood, and I lost
Yeah.
3 big like throwback movies. This was my second favorite, and probably Shadow was last, and then Dick Tracy was number 1.
What about Rocketeer?
Oh, I didn't even think of Rocketeer. I never was attached to Rocketeer. I know the way
What?
you.
It's disappointing.
I think that
Uh,
kind of dull,
you think Rocketeer's dull?
a little bit,
Wow.
a little square.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. I was actually going to say this came off a little dull unless Treat Williams was on screen, but I can forgive it that because I understand now about the scripts. That's why I started off with that. I still like this movie, but I also like it more than The Shadow, for sure. I actually made a list of all the pulpy stuff from the 80s, 90s.
Hmm.
You know, like Batman is why all these things sort of took off. They were trying to recapture
Right.
the magic Batman had a couple of years ago with stuff like Dick Tracy. That one was at least a little successful, but Rocketeer, Shadow, Phantom just bombed until you have Catherine Zeta-Jones bring back Zorro alongside Antonio Banderas. That's when it sort of picked up again. And then
There's
you
a
have the
lot of
Mummy.
Zorro DNA in this too. The passing
Mhm.
of the torch from one generation to the other.
Yeah, it's a solid idea. Like the original strip is probably very good.
Right.
I don't know, there was something about audiences that didn't want to see this. I wonder sometimes if they were up against worse competition. Like I wanted to see this for my birthday, but looking through the box office, I noticed it was already in like only a third of theaters 2 weeks later. And so I ended up seeing Hunchback of Notre Dame. I do like all of the pulp movies that came out, so it's kind of a genre that I wish could come back. I was thinking about how to re-adapt the Phantom,
See, I
of
think.
course.
Well, didn't they do another one a couple of
They
years ago?
did. Like
They've tried to.
It was more like a Judge Dredd type thing, though. Like he
right.
had a
The
weird
suit
helmet
was
thing.
bulkier. I remember seeing that because the guy
But I
was in
think,
nearly as good a shape as Billy Zane is in this movie.
see, I do think that like pulp movies like this would definitely make a comeback because the other thing that definitely stuck out to me on this was it reminded me of Super,
Mm.
the one with Rainn Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like he was just trying to be the Phantom because it's a similar thing where it's like you have this guy, he's got one gimmick, but he's also like kind of old fashioned, and how does that apply to what he's doing? I don't know if I'm articulating this properly, but what I was saying as far as like, you know, wishing these could be made again, like this could definitely, we're so used to the over the top sky beam actiony everyone's a god type thing. I think we need to get back to the campy. Yeah, I'm not immortal, but I got this magic ring that can protect me, and
Yeah.
other than that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run around in a suit that I can barely hear out of. You know,
Yeah, right.
like that was the other thing. Like, his dialogue was very soft, and I'm like, is he just being cool, or can he just not hear anybody?
Yeah.
Both.
He's hearing his own voice echo back in the cowl.
Right.
At least Dick Tracy and the Shadow only had fedoras. They didn't have anything covering their ears like Batman.
Mm-hmm. Or the Rocketeer.
Uh,
Yeah.
Who do you think would win in a fight, the Phantom or the Rocketeer?
Phantom.
Rocketeer.
He's got a ring. Rocketeer's only got jetpack.
It's got
Yeah, but
they both have guns.
Phantom's only right. They both got guns, so
He
it's
can
really
shoot his
just who
jetpack and then he
can
go.
aim better.
Yeah, I guess you're
Although,
right.
yeah, Rocketeer can fly.
He's got chutzpah.
The Phantom can't fly. He can just run around on a horse.
Well, he can technically fly. He has a biplane.
That's true. He knows
I knew
how
that,
to
but that's why I
fly.
didn't say anything.
He knows how
Yeah,
to fly, but it's not his.
He's got the
his
power of the
thing.
jungle.
Yeah, right.
Cl-
Exactly.
Cliff
It
Secord
almost-
just
it
actually Cliff
almost-
Secord has a biplane too.
Oh, you're
It was.
right.
They would be
Shadow
friends.
beats them both.
Yeah, that's right. Dark Man.
He is the first superhero I've seen to get around on horseback. So
That was pretty cool.
That's
Good
pretty
horse
cool.
stunts.
it's some
Yeah.
solid animal training.
One of my favorite scenes was when the wolf talks to the horse.
That's true.
And it's just like, oh, this is what we're seeing right now. Okay.
Well, listen, that's just you need to have the scene where the sidekicks are talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we not talk to
That
James
was-
about this movie?
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, I hadn't seen it. This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
This is the one I missed. I saw all the other pulp films back in the day. And so I went to see Hunchback and I'm like, I'll see it eventually on VHS and just never got around to it. I'm very happy I finally saw it though. Like I said, I do like all these films.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish Billy Zane's career had been a little bigger. He seems poised for it.
Titanic.
Yeah.
And he had just
And Back to the Future.
Midnight, which we talked about.
Yeah. Well, Back to the Future is the first thing he did actually.
Yeah.
That's his first film.
Yeah. But it was weird because like he came out because this was November '96. No,
November 96 is the Hank
is
Scorpio
the
thing.
Scorpio thing. But wait, so this was May or
June.
June '96.
We're doing the June episode right now.
Sorry, it's time travel.
I know.
So June '96, and then when did Titanic come out? That was November.
December
97?
97, but it's the
December
next thing he films. It took a long time to come out because it was supposed to come out May 97 and got
Right.
pushed for editing and reshoots.
He got cast off of this.
I think he was either lined up already or it makes sense. Like you see his star power, and he obviously has the good looks for that character. He'd been in a couple other things.
Got the
But he
same
went-
wig in both.
He went from playing like a good guy to one of the most evil
Well,
characters.
you know, as we were saying it, I think he's cast for both of these off of Dead Calm, and that's where he's a villain. So he's a little foppish. He's clearly a villain in that. I think that's where he gets them both.
I know I go off on these tangents like, oh my god, this actor was in multiple movies. That's not what I'm saying. It's more the fact that like thinking from a producer standpoint, okay, this guy just came off of playing a superhero.
Yeah.
Let's try him as the villain. And then the villain movie is the bigger box office thing. And so that's what more people know him as.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see him going forward, it was like, oh, Billy Zane. He played
Yeah.
a bad guy. Even though he's just an actor. He's just doing what the thing was supposed to.
Because I think he was
But
then sort of
people are dumb.
typecast as a villain.
Right.
A
Exactly.
little bit.
Because I mean, this is the only hero role I think he's had.
Really. He's a good guy in Tombstone and a good guy in Twin Peaks, but they're very small roles.
Right.
I don't
So
know. I think Billy Zane's a cool guy.
yeah, he has that great cameo in Zoolander.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a fun chat. Corey tried to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Tried to.
Yeah, he solicited him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So,
never read it.
yeah.
You think he'd be a good hang?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
then I feel really bad. Now, then I would be probably
Well, we
more vigilant about watching the movie on time.
well, we would certainly be gushing over him. That's what happens when you get guests.
Right.
But
No, I think
Did
Cory
a
would be
great
like, you know what I
example
really
in
think.
that last movie.
yeah, what the fuck was the Brando thing, man?
Bolting with Brando, he's actually good in the movie itself.
So I loved you in The Mummy.
So you don't need to say that.
You got him mixed up with Arnold Vosloo?
No, that's the joke.
Actually, yeah.
If you
The
were on the
eyes, man.
podcast,
They do look similar.
The eyes.
They're both like quasi-Egyptian looking a bit.
Yeah. Well, he's got Greek in him. Yeah, Greek descent.
There you go.
It's funny you bring up characters were in other movies or actors were other places. I noted when certain people were together before. He killed his old buddy from Back to the Future. Did you notice that? One of the treasure seekers with James Remar is Casey Siemaszko. He's 3D.
Oh,
yes.
3D is one of the other treasure
I didn't
hunters.
recognize him without the glasses, but yes.
Exactly, yeah. And he has kind of scruff. He's the one that survives until the truck. He's the one thrown out of the truck. And they're the two side characters, but Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa and James Remar face off the year after this in Mortal Kombat 2.
oh God.
Yeah, because James Remar takes over Raiden. You don't like that movie?
No, it's awful.
Hmm.
The first one's a guilty pleasure. That second one is
Yeah.
unbearable.
Why didn't we bring that up to James Remar?
Yeah, he was that.
Yeah. We actually met James Remar. I know you know this, Jeff, but just for posterity.
I talked to him about 48 hours. I think you talked to him about Dexter, right?
Of course, yeah.
Where'd you guys get like at a convention?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brent
Like at a
Spiner came
bar
over and
somewhere.
interrupted our talk.
Yeah, Brent Spiner and James Remar gushed over each other's work. They'd never met before.
It's
They were
weird to
like,
see somebody's.
That's kind of a cool moment to
Yeah.
be there for, though.
feel like both those guys is kind of neat.
We just assume that like all celebrities know each other.
Right. Yeah, they're at a comic convention. Maybe they'd been at one before, but
Yeah.
this must have been the first time they'd been in the same room, you know?
I just imagine like Brent Spiner and James Remar at another comic convention months earlier, and they're like sitting on opposite ends of the convention hall, and they're like just reaching out.
Getting Crocodile Dundee.
I
Yeah.
wish I knew how to meet you.
I was going to bring up one thing. I don't know if you noticed from the guide that we've covered this director before.
He's an alum.
Yeah, this is the third time we've had Simon Windsor as our director subject.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was going to ask you which is your favorite. Here you go. Quigley Down Under, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, or The Phantom.
This one.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah. Oh, Quigley Down Under. That's funny. We all had a different favorite.
Oh, yours is Quigley?
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense. Well, I know Jeff's really in the biker movies, so.
Yes, that one and
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
You are a big Sons of Anarchy fan.
Mine's AD.
Nah.
He's
No?
a big Kurt Sutter fan.
Right, exactly.
Those were good shows.
Yeah, it was just West Coast Sopranos
Right.
on motorcycles.
I did want to bring up the fact that Catherine Zeta-Jones pops up in this, and this is sort of the beginning of her Hollywood career.
That's what happened. Okay, hang on.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh boy.
So quick note, when I first tried watching this movie, it was very late at night. Fell asleep halfway through, and when I woke up, Jude Law was in it. And I was like, wait a minute. So it had automatically started playing Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's a very similar
Which is basically her character in a movie.
right, which
Yeah,
is I'm like, oh, more plane pirates? Wait, I know this one. This
Yeah.
is hang on, let me rewind this.
Speaking of hidden gems, that's starting to get reclaimed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good. I did not like it when it came out, but
You and I saw it in the theater, did we not?
yeah, I read an article recently about how you could appreciate what they were doing there and how difficult it was to try and get the technology in and
Yeah.
everything. I get it, but like this, it comes off a little too dry.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think whatever they were anticipating didn't really come through on the screen
Right.
for Sky Captain.
Yeah, it was one of the earliest like green screen slop type.
It was like after Sin City.
It was right before, but Sin City, I think, improves on that. It's the same kind of idea of the platform, you know? But I really do like the character of Sala that Catherine Zeta-Jones plays. So I wanted to bring up how, I guess, badass she was.
She's a good-
I
No.
Yeah, I wanna see more of those characters, all her pilots and everything. I started thinking about like a live action Tailspin movie. Clearly, he's like, you could have like a mix of the Rocketeer and the Phantom, and then get something off the ground like that. That's what I want to see. Like, it doesn't have to be literally Baloo and Kit. Actually, that's funny. Kit Cloudkicker is the sidekick in Tailspin. I wonder if they got it from the Phantom.
Could have.
It's a good idea. something that pays homage to Tailspin at the very least.
Right. I feel like Tailspin was very much inspired by, all this type of stuff. Because
Actually, I was just reading about this. Yeah, Stephen Collins was in a show for a season back in the 80s, and he basically played Baloo.
Really?
that's weird.
It was called, I kept seeing the DVD. It's called Tales of the Golden Monkey. The main actress in it, who's basically your Kristy Swanson in Tales of the Golden Monkey, just passed away. And so I was looking into it because I'd seen the DVD when I worked at Best Buy, but I never really thought about it. And it was from the guy who did NCIS and Quantum Leap, Don Belisario. And he's trying to put his hands in a bunch of stuff. And basically, he's a mix between Baloo and Kit Walker, and he goes on crazy adventures in the jungle, and he's got a buddy back at the bar, and there's someone always trying to get him to deliver mail. Tailspin was literally based on Tales of the Gold Monkey. Like, it was inspired by it.
Well, I really hope that Baloo didn't have some of the other character flaws of Stephen Collins.
Well, they didn't base it on the actor.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love sort of an updated Tales of the Gold Monkey, is I guess my point. Like it's a pulp TV show.
Do it. Right.
Yeah. I keep thinking about films set in Egypt, like treasure hunters trying to find the tombs of mummies that are pharaohs that are long past. And I just keep coming up with mummy sequels. And that's coming out. So maybe it'll revamp this pulp feeling in the air.
See, the real thing is you got to do it like contemporary, where it's because you've seen those pictures of like the view of the pyramids of Giza from the Pizza Hut across the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need like a delivery guy accidentally.
Either gets transported or he becomes like a Kit Walker.
Right. It's just the mummy, but it's instead of a treasure hunter, it's just a fucking Uber driver or
Yeah.
Uber Eats guy.
Yeah.
Maybe we should cut this. I'm kind of liking this idea.
Okay. I'm making a list of all the stuff we come up with for the end of the show. So that now that we're done with the podcast, we got to make all these movies.
When we do interjected pictures.
Yeah.
You've clearly never seen the Librarian series.
Yeah. I'm sure that's pulpy.
I didn't watch them, but they look like they're in a similar vein.
Yeah, I think that's what people want Tomb Raiders.
Right. They should. Well, I'm excited for that show that's coming out with Sophie Turner.
Looks good. Promising.
People crave the grave robbing.
Mm-hmm.
We long for the jewels, the treasures.
I was trying to think of what other. Oh my god.
I'm so fucking tired right now.
I know.
Sorry.
I love seeing Loopy, Jeff. I wish I had more poster boys. We only have one.
For those listening at home, I was co-directing a show, and this has been a very, very long, very intensive process, and I'm
5 months.
recovering.
Yeah.
Don't worry, next month he's got 4.
Yeah, we have a smorgasbord of posters next month, so you don't have to worry this time.
The entire hour is just me guessing.
Yeah, it'll be real short this time. I was gonna ask, just to talk more about this actual film, what's your favorite action set piece? Because I thought those were some of the best parts for sure.
The bridge scene from it.
Okay.
I know it's early on, but it's a really good example of a practical stunt.
No, it really is good. It reminded me of was it Wages of Fear? Yeah. And it's almost as well done. That's a crazy scene in Wages of Fear.
Yeah.
Similar rope bridge thing, Jeff.
Really good in Sorcerer, the remake.
Sorcerer too, yeah. I would have to say I like the New York chase, like just from the interior, and it extends outside. He gets that cabbie in with him, and then he's in the zoo, so he's almost like Aquaman but with jungle animals.
Yeah.
He knows how to he does the thing from Jurassic World. Yeah.
Right. He has to communicate with lions.
Isn't the dog called Blue actually?
You mean the dog that's actually a wolf?
Yeah, your dog's a wolf.
Your dog's a wolf.
I know. Sparkling repartee.
Is this a ship full of women?
Right, exactly. I did like the first biplane escape when he jumps onto the horse.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
The big finale is kind of neat. It is.
Yeah, when he accidentally turns and like shoots his assistant.
Yeah, very RoboCop.
Right. Oh no!
He's so dastardly. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. One of my favorite bits was when he kills the arbiter. He has that microscope that he's like, "Oh, I just want you to check out something for me."
Yeah, that wasn't suspicious at all.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. For what was that? Was it PG or PG-13?
Don't know, but it is kind of much for a kids film.
Well, it was the 90s, so it was probably PG. I wish I could share my screen right now. I'm looking at a still from on the IMDb page. It's like a black and white thing of Treat Williams like holding one of the skulls and looking almost like Hamlet, but like with his outfit, he looks like he would have been insane in like a biopic of Vincent Price.
Did this?
These Dr. Fibes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I happen to be there too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he's really good in this. I gotta
That would be a
say,
cool prop to get from the set.
one of the skulls. Yeah, I want that microscope.
I don't want that microscope.
I'm not gonna use it.
Oh my God.
Once you come over, I need some help with some research, Cory.
You liar.
You're not gonna trust me anymore.
Yeah, I'm not putting my eyes near that thing. That reminds me of when you go to the eye doctor and they blow that puff of
Yeah, I hate that.
air into your eyes. I don't trust it.
No.
It's tense up before it happens. And now this
Yeah.
makes you additionally scared.
Ruined you for the optometrist.
Microscope, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm seeing Billy over your shoulder, and I love that at the end she's like, "Let me take off your mask. Let me see." It's like this is clearly
way-
Billy Zane in a onesie.
Another example of up until the Batman where somebody clearly has eyeshadow on, but you never
Yeah.
see them apply it.
Right.
When they take their mask off, it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he puts it
Well,
right back on for the
because
right away.
comic books.
Yeah.
Although funny story about that, apparently like to get the cowl to fit right, Billy Zane actually shaved his head. So they filmed like all of the stuff without his cowl on, they filmed first. And then that one scene when he takes off his mask at the end, they filmed that months ahead of time in reverse.
When did he officially start rocking the bald look?
Yeah, did he shave and it just never came back?
Yeah, because in Titanic, that looks like a wig in Titanic.
Well, he's probably growing it back at the time, so he didn't know he was going to need his iconic hair in the next film he does. So maybe he wasn't cast yet.
So we're going to do grades?
Sure. Trying to think if there's anyone else we want to talk about.
What'd you think of his assistant?
He was cool. I would have wanted more of him. He's sort of faded into the background, unfortunately, but I liked the idea of that character.
I'm kind
The
of
actor was fine.
overt comic relief character because he might have come off kind of annoying.
Yeah, or somewhat racist in some way.
Not a short round type character.
Fun fact, he's a Jesuit priest now, that actor. I just thought that was appropriate because this past weekend I tried to watch it in the Milwaukee airport when I was off watching a good friend of ours from childhood become a Jesuit priest. So I thought that was an interesting coincidence.
He did it because of the Phantom, the guy from the Phantom. David Proval was the name that I was thinking of before.
Yeah, that gangster.
Yeah.
Not the other
Yeah,
one. I think
played,
you named the guy that he kills with a spear.
Played Richie Aprile.
Yeah, I didn't remember the Phantom TV show you guys are talking about. There was a miniseries on Sci-Fi.
Oh, I think there was a pilot that was feature length. That I'm thinking, and then that spun off into a short-lived TV series that I don't think got picked up.
I'm looking at the trivia now. I don't know if you did before, Jeff.
I did.
The mansion set that
Oh, yeah.
the characters Diana Palmer and her parents are on is the Playboy Mansion.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally gives a different vibe.
And no bunnies were cast in this movie? Crazy. Did Simon Windsor do anything of note after this, or this was like 3 and done?
I feel like there was another good one, but this is his last film in the 90s. I think this sort of killed him for a little bit. He's
Right.
still around, too. I think, what was he up to? Well, he does Lonesome Dove around the late 80s, so that's also another highlight. But oh no, the next film he does,
Which was awful.
yeah, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. And then he did something, The Young Black Stallion and The Cup, which I've never heard of.
He directed a lot of the Young Indiana Jones TV show.
Which is where Catherine Zeta-Jones pops up. Wonder if he did her episode.
Yeah. Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the only thing of note I think he's done after that, he was recommissioned to do Into the West and Comanche Moon, which are kind of spiritual sequels to Lonesome Dove,
Yeah.
or at least the same feel.
Lonesome Dove, great miniseries if you have 6-7 hours.
He won an Emmy for it. I think he's a decent director. He just kind of lost it.
Yeah.
It's almost not really his fault. Back in the 90s, you make something like this, you're just kind of blacklisted.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I also think a lot of those directors migrated towards TV when movie offers dried up.
That's what typically does happen.
Yeah.
Well, Sam Raimi was considered for this.
He was considered for The Shadow too. He was developing The Shadow.
Yeah, who did The Shadow? I forget.
That was Russell Mulcahy.
Oh, yeah.
Highlander. Again, his career kind of dried up in the 90s as well.
After The Shadow.
Yeah. So he's other than Warren Beatty, who like does self-imposed exiles every once in a while, everybody's career kind of dried up. I guess Joe Johnson kind of
He re-emerged, yeah. Did he really ever make a bomb? The Rocketeer wasn't a huge bomb.
No, yeah. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a big hit.
I think that saved him right away.
Progressed into like Jurassic 3.
And
obviously you got Cap. He was always good with those big tentpole movies.
Oh, interesting. You mentioned how James Remar's dressed like Indiana Jones in the beginning. He's dressed like Tote when he's in the States.
Ah, yes.
That's kind of intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a good subversion of the formula.
One other thing I mentioned that guy that gets killed by the spear that you talked about before. I like that he has qualms about getting into the weird supernatural stuff because he grew up an altar boy. They never really talk about religion in these things.
Right.
And gangsters typically don't, they go along with the evil plots. And he's like, whoa, 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 this is a little too much for me.
Which is another Indiana Jones thing too, wasn't it? Because they were like, yeah, it's supernatural. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tied into religion because it's the Ark, supposedly.
Right. Yes.
So there's always a little bit of supernatural religion in there, not just, I don't want to mess with this.
The other thing that popped into my head was the final battle between the Phantom and Drax was literally Spaceball. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. And then they were literally just fighting the beam together. And then his...
Yeah.
It was a better version of Spaceballs.
I love his reaction
then
that he's laughing as he dies. He thinks it's awesome.
He was just... listen, he was just
He's
there for a good
up.
time.
Yeah, he's phenomenal in this.
He was just doing everything he could to live his best life, man.
Yeah. That being said, I think I'd probably give this like an A-.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably B+.
Yeah.
The unjustly unsung, tongue-in-cheek fun.
Can't believe I got above you and you're the
D+ for camp.
Should be C+.
Plus.
That's what I did. I said C+.
Oh, I heard D.
No.
You don't like it?
I've never gone below a C. No, I didn't not like it. It was I don't know.
84 episodes and we don't understand each other's ratings.
Yeah.
Still.
I remain a mystery.
Look, I was on the cusp
Much
between
like the
A+
Phantom.
and B+, so.
Yeah. No, it's probably closer to a B. It was a B.
Hey, we got to move up.
I wanted to make the camp joke.
Yeah.
And then I thought better of it.
That's fine.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. What are you, Shatner and Generations?
Right.
So there's 5 other movies I want to highlight from this month.
It's true.
The 5th one is a strange adaptation of a book that I've never read and I don't think got huge acclaim when it came out. It's called Striptease.
That was based on a book?
Yeah, it's based on a book adapted by Andrew Bergman.
Okay.
This was when Demi Moore was going through the phase of sculpting her body, but not necessarily picking the best choices for her career. Between this and like G.I. Jane, which maybe on paper sounded good, but they're just workout regimens and not really films. There's nothing particularly satirical about this, and actually it gets a little maudlin when it comes to the child custody stuff. To be fair, her body is very nubile and she obviously put a lot of work into the gym, but the movie itself is not worth even watching.
Okay. I know it was a huge deal back when it came out because of all the working out and trying to reclaim her film identity.
Right. But I think
watch it on mute is what you're saying.
Not enough on her acting ability.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, she almost won that Oscar last year, or 2 years ago now, and it was sort of like justification for having gone through all her 90s difficulties.
Yeah, like this, Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, Scarlet Letter isn't that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's better than the book.
You think so?
Because it goes by faster.
Oh,
it's one of my least. It's maybe my least favorite book.
That's a hot take because most people like the book.
So boring and pretentious. I don't like Nathaniel Hawthorne at all.
Okay.
His prose is, I don't know, the dullest.
Yeah, on itself.
Yeah.
This might be a hot take because I've never been a huge fan of the first one. The Eddie Murphy remake of The Nutty Professor. I think the second one's better because they cut Eddie loose and he can do a lot of ad-libbing and improv. In this one, he's kind of hemmed in by the formula.
That is a bit of a hot take.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
You do. I've always
Makes
liked
sense.
Jerry Lewis one
Also,
better.
well, no, hang on. Was the Jerry Lewis one? Was that Nutty Professor? Was oh no, I'm
He
getting
did Nutty
confused.
Professor and Flubber.
Right.
No, he
No,
didn't do
no.
Flubber.
Fred. It was Fred. Fred.
That was
Fred
Fred.
McMurray?
Fred McMurray.
Yeah, Fred McMurray did the absent-minded
Right.
professor, which became Flubber.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, that's what it was.
I swear it was, huh,
That wasn't Jerry.
learn something.
I always liked the Jerry Lewis one better.
Hmm.
I think the special effects in this look really bad in retrospect, which I know was the 90s, but
Just didn't age well, honestly. I haven't seen it since then.
there's a little too many flatulence jokes for my taste.
Even one would be okay, but it's like
And it's weird
20 of
because
them.
the main attraction of the movie for me has always been the other clumps. And so when the second movie focuses on the other characters, I kind of like that better.
Hmm. But then it sort of got Eddie Murphy into playing as many people as possible.
I mean,
I
he's
guess
been
he,
there before because of Coming to America.
right, and Vampire in
Norbert was
Brooklyn.
probably the nadir of all that.
Hmm. It's weird that he got obsessed with being fat. It did win Best Makeup at the Oscars.
did.
Baker makeup's great.
Yeah.
This started the trifecta of Nicolas Cage action movies because The Rock came out this summer.
Hmm.
Probably Michael Bay's best film.
Probably.
Yeah, it was before he got really bombastic and overamped. And actually, it's a solid plot. And I think Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery have really good chemistry. And actually, it's one of the few movies where the villain isn't frothing at the mouth, and he is actually very rational.
Mm-hmm.
He's scrupulous too. So at the end, you're kind of sympathetic towards him when he relinquishes his command and doesn't want to go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Harris is really good.
Yeah, one of his best performances in a run of great performances too.
Yeah, because soon after this, he does Truman Show.
And then after that, Pollock.
Pollock's
And
great.
there's another one in there too.
History of Violence is really good.
Yeah, that's a little later, but what was I thinking of? Oh, Apollo 13 right before this.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen The Rock, Jeff?
Ooh, you'd
think
like
I
it.
have.
You'd like it. It's one of the I hesitate to say this, one of the least unhinged Nicolas Cage performances.
No, yeah.
That's not
he's-
gonna sell me, man. I gotta.
Okay. Well, Sean Connery. We
Sure.
love Sean Connery, right?
Okay, that's fair.
As supposedly father and son.
That's right. Claire Forlani plays his daughter, but she's not.
What's the hidden message that he might be like another character? It's like him younger. Oh, it's like a retired Bond film, maybe. Like
Oh,
he's
they
been
say
hiding.
to do with the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's never looked more dashing and debonair and masculine.
Is this kind of his last hurrah, unfortunately?
Because then after they did Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones, which is a guilty pleasure. I kind of like that movie.
Yeah.
And they did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's about it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He had the chance. He was offered Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, and he turned it down because he didn't understand it.
I don't know that he would have done it nearly as well as Ian McKellen.
No,
He also has the Avengers and Finding Forrester, which are fine.
Avengers really bad.
Yeah, Avengers is bad. Finding Forrester's fine.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That's really his last hurrah.
Right. But then also the movie that you alluded to earlier, Hunchback came out, which is I hadn't seen up until like what 6 years ago maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 90s, there's a lot of like Disney movies, Disney anime movies that are kind of slept on, I feel like. This
Yeah.
and I honestly, this villain's one of my favorite villains of any Disney movie.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Oh.
people say that.
Yeah, they go to
He's so
some,
despicable.
they go to some dark places
They
for
do.
a
He
Mhm.
has a
Disney
whole
movie.
ballad about how he wants to deflower the gypsy.
It's a nice way of saying it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then she's going to burn in hell. And yeah, I was like, I love the movie. I love the singing gargoyles. I love the Burger King toys.
Right.
But when I got older, I'm like, who thought that using Victor Hugo as
Mhm.
source material for a Disney movie was great?
Yeah,
Some-
imagine Count of Monte Cristo with like Billy Zane.
Yeah.
I want to
Or,
see I want to see Pixar do a Count of Monte Cristo adaptation.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or Les Miserables with singing rats.
My God.
Yeah.
It's just the
This-
French Revolution from the perspective of all of the furniture. I
Yeah,
don't
a
know.
goat. Yeah.
I also like how they make you think that the Kevin Kline character is going to be kind of like a secondary villain,
Yeah, you're not sure where he'll go.
and he ends up being sympathetic.
Yeah, I like that a lot. He's one of my favorite characters. This is definitely, if I had to rank Disney animated films, probably my second favorite.
Oh, wow.
After 101 Dalmatians. I remember my birthday that year, like I said, this is what we ended up seeing. This is still one of my favorite birthdays. Just
Nice.
there were a lot of other things that were fantastic about it. Spent with family up in Maine, but
Mhm.
just definitely one of the best films I saw on my birthday. But
this was also one of the ones that years later they adapted to a stage show.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about the other Disney shows that have turned into stage things, like Frozen and Lion King, it's all still well,
Beauty
no,
and the Beast.
Lion King was more grounded because they weren't trying to be cartoony about it.
Well, they have the interesting puppetry.
Right.
That's how they got around the cartoonishness.
Right, and it worked. And that's what they did with Hunchback because I don't think the gargoyles are in it. Like it's
No.
really just like there are other people that are singing it, but it's not like you don't have the magic cartooniness of it, which was a good choice because I'm like when they were adapting this, it was definitely they kind of went back to the drawing board as far as the source material. And we're like, we need to
Yeah.
make this one a little bit more
Serious.
serious.
Yeah, it's a meld of the original novel and the Disney film, but done with some new songs by the original composer
Yeah,
as
and
well.
I don't think it ever made it to Broadway. I saw it up at
Mm-mm.
Paper Mill.
Yeah.
And actually, we were standing outside and saw Alan Menken walk by because I was like, oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
it
How
was
crazy is that?
yeah, because it was running its premiere up at Paper Mill, and then it's now available for licensing. There are a bunch of other theaters that have done it.
Mm-hmm. Did you know DeSales did it, Corey?
I did not.
That's how I've seen
What
it.
year was that?
Might have been 2018,
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
I got dad to come with me to see it because we hadn't seen anything since we were in college. I
Right.
was like, well, I don't know where else I'm ever going to see this because I missed the Paper Mill run.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I love kind of everything about this movie. It's one of my favorite
yeah,
films, let alone Disney films. But I always wanted to dress as Clopan for Halloween one year.
yeah. I gotta rewatch that one.
Yeah, much better Demi Moore film that came out this month.
I forgot that was her as
Yeah.
Esmeralda.
Oh
Yeah,
right.
we covered a bunch of songs for our chorus as well. For our chorus teacher would have themed things like we do an opera semester and a light FM semester, and then we did a Disney concert, and some of the best songs from this were in that. So I'm very fond of like Out There and stuff like that.
I forgot Jason Alexander played one of the.
Well, that's why they
commercials.
couldn't really bring that. That's the other spectrum from Frollo.
Right.
Yeah, you got simping over a gypsy and then Gargoyle from Queens. You know?
Yeah. Although R.I.P. Tony J.
Yeah,
One of the greatest voiceover actors of all time.
for sure.
Well, I'm glad that Tristan brought up his birthday movie because this was a birthday movie for me.
Hmm.
And half my friends hated it, but I unabashedly love this movie. It's The Cable Guy, Jim Carrey.
Ah.
This started my love for dark comedy
Hmm.
because Jim Carrey could have picked any project he wanted at this point in his career, and he picked this dark, off-putting niche project that's directed by Ben Stiller and co-written by Judd Apatow. And it's got a very distinct sensibility that you had to be attuned to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was definitely off-putting when I got it on VHS. When I
Yeah.
met you, you were like, "Oh, one of my favorite movies is The Cable Guy." And I'm like, I don't know about this guy.
Mm.
Stuck around though.
No, I love how uncompromising it is, and Jim Carrey's not afraid to look really deranged in this.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Medieval Time scene is one of the best, actually.
It's great. And honestly, being somebody who was like reared on television, there's a lot of really good satire on this. Like I like at the end when he knocks out the satellite feed, and then it's like the Dawn of Man scene from 2001 where Kyle Gass picks up a book and he discovers reading.
Oh, that was funny. I forgot about that scene.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of really cogent points on how a lot of our digest of media from like television and other things kind of forms us.
Mm-hmm.
And we have all these preconceived notions based on that, but it's not like grounded in reality. So
Yeah.
like almost like a heightened reality where you're like, okay, this is what something he would have watched on TV would have been. That's what he's trying to create.
Interesting.
Also, this is one of my first exposures to Matthew Broderick. So when I later saw him as Ferris Bueller, I was like, he never struck me as cool. He always seemed like a nebbish to me. So I bought him as Ferris Bueller.
Interesting. Yeah, this deserves a revisit for sure.
Yeah. You ever seen it, Jeff?
No, not in its entirety. I want to see it. I saw bits and pieces, but yeah, no, I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole thing.
You want to put it on the actual list?
Oh yeah, that's going on the real list.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's on the list already, Jeff.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah, because I think we
We
talked
actually
about
have
it.
a real list.
I think it came up on another on
Yeah.
another episode.
Yeah, maybe I was going to try and get you to watch this before we got here, and I forgot.
I'm trying to participate, man.
I got you. Well, here, this is where you can really participate. It's time to wake up.
Oh boy.
How to wake up.
All right. So I'm looking at black background and a very high close up of a sheriff's badge, sheriff of Rio County, to be specific. And that's it. That's all you get.
I'm sure you don't recognize this. I don't think you
Uh,
know this film necessarily.
Probably not.
But basically, I just wanted to have you. We're going back to the basics. You're just going to come up with a title and a plot based on the poster itself. So,
It's a
whoa.
Oh, there's a skull now. Oh. I was gonna call it a comedy. I was gonna be like, this town ain't big enough. Like that's the
Yeah.
name of it. But then it's actually just like
Whoa.
it's a shrinky dink comedy.
Mm.
But no, there's a skull now. So
In the middle of the badge.
Death Valley. I'm calling it Death Valley.
Okay.
It's just some sort of generic Western, an out of time, out of patience sheriff who's about to get cut from the force, has one last case he needs to solve, and it sends him on a supernatural journey into the catacombs beneath Oklahoma.
Oklahoma of all places, you said.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Listen, they don't sleep on Oklahoma. It's all
Back then in
not
Westerns,
just
it's
all-
Indian
right.
territory.
Exactly.
The skeletons are buried.
But that's what I got. That's what I
Okay.
got. It's
I like
still-
that. It has nothing to do with this actual film.
Right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's still called This Town Ain't Big Enough. That's
If it's a comedy, I like that. If it's just a straightforward supernatural like
thriller.
thriller, it's Death Valley. I like everything you've come up with.
Very
Like, legitimately is like an extracurricular thing, so you still get points.
That's my pitch practice.
Yeah, I don't think you would ever get this, so I wasn't looking for that. But what would you do for a tagline? Because this tagline is kind of generic, and it's not going to give you the film anyway.
No one gets out of here alive.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. This
There
would
you
sell
go.
in like March. I don't think this is a June release per se, but here's the actual tagline.
Sorry.
John Sayles invites you to return to the scene of the crime.
That looks like you wrote that font.
It does, doesn't it? This is
Yeah.
definitely just photoshopped in.
That looks awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing going on there.
Yeah, photoshopped by the original designer, not you.
No, yeah.
Right.
This is
The general public doesn't know who John Sayles is.
right. He never got that big. We've actually met him.
Yeah.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah. He did a screening of that film about the.
Mate one, I think.
No, we didn't see Mate One
Casa
together.
de los Babies?
It was the one that he was debuting. He didn't really get a theatrical release, but it was the movie about the Philippine War
Gotcha.
with the dude from Last House on the Left. I forget the name, but it was also a one-word title.
Oh.
But he was debuting it at the theater in Metuchen, which I never saw anything else at. Kind of a defunct movie theater.
The Amigo?
Yeah, Amigo.
I looked it up.
Yeah, good job. The film is pretty good. He has a good style, but I wonder how this is with this. I never got around to seeing this, and I looked up if it was on anything, and then I saw it was 2.5 hours, and it was already last night. So
He wrote a lot of Z-grade movies that he injected with like his own brand of like sardonic humor, like Piranha and Alligator.
Yeah. Is this kind of a black comedy?
This? No.
It's a straight drama, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to take a stab at what the title is based on this tagline, or do you want to just give it to you?
Scene of the crime. Let's see. Showdown. I can't get out of the Western vibe because
Yeah, it takes place in Texas. So
yeah.
I don't know if you noticed in the guides, I've given you hints every.
Wait, this is probably a sequel to something.
No,
Back to the scene of the no. Well, then this is a terrible fucking tagline.
I guess. Yeah,
Lone Star. Oh God.
Texas. Yeah,
Lone
There you go.
Star.
yeah.
And I get it because it's one man with
One man
star on his-
against the system. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah. That would have been better if it was like one man against the system, Lone Star.
Lone Star.
So yeah, what's this about, Cory?
Chris Cooper plays a sheriff of a small border town in Texas, and he finds a skeleton in the desert. And it starts a whole investigation on who that might be and why they were buried there.
Why it got to skeleton status? How long ago? Yeah.
And also links back to flashbacks to his father, played by Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I thought that he was in like modern day.
It was not
Okay.
modern day stuff.
Interesting.
I thought that too going into it.
Yeah, I've never seen a moment of this, so I really wanted to get to it by the time we did this, but put it on the list. It's good though, right?
It's very good.
I've heard a lot of things about it being underrated, so we really wanted to do the Phantom though.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to complete the triptych that we did.
Yeah. Yeah. Dick, Cliff, and Kit. Tough names for tough men in
Yeah.
tough times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did notice you kind of have Billy Zane's hair there.
Oh,
You.
okay.
It's a little foppish.
No, thank you.
We were thinking of for picks of the month. There's a couple people we could cover. James Remar, Catherine Zeta-Jones, because this is, like I said, her
Yeah, George.
entry into Hollywood stardom. Kent and I, Treat Williams, still in the scene. So we were thinking, what's our favorite Treat Williams film?
Ooh, I got one. I know nobody's gonna pick it, so
Okay.
I like 1941.
Oh yeah, no one's gonna get there.
I think that's a underrated screwball epic by Spielberg.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Am I allowed to pick The Empire Strikes Back?
I saw that he's in that. Where is he in that?
He's in the Hoth base. There's a scene where Leia is talking to all the troopers right before they go out for the battle. He's just standing there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's basically an extra. It's like how John Ratzenberger's there too.
Yeah. I'm the abominable snowman.
That would be a good fan fiction.
I'm the abominable hot snowman.
That was a good John Ratzenberger.
Yeah, thanks. Put it on my tab.
Yeah, we need a bar scene in like a what if Empire Strikes Back where John and Treat's characters are hanging out at the bar
Perfect.
Sam Malone walks in.
in Echo Base.
Hey,
Uh,
technically Woody Harrelson has been in a Star Wars movie.
That's true.
what did we see him in previously
Recently?
on the?
Oh,
on the-
Mulholland Falls
on
2
the-
months ago.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, he's good in it.
He was.
The God he was in it was
I'm gonna go with that one because the only other thing that I remember was
Oh.
what's it called? Everwood. So
Everwood's one of his calling cards.
Everwood's great, but
Yeah.
it's not a movie. So
Yeah, so you're going to suggest our other episode.
yeah, 2 years from now he does a really fun creature feature, Deep Rising.
Oh yeah,
oh shit, he played J. Edgar. Oh wait, no. Once Upon a Time in America.
there you
That's
go.
great.
Yeah,
There you go.
there it is.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah.
That would have been my other choice, but
Yeah. How big of a character is he in that?
he's not huge.
Okay. I'm going to go with The Devil's Own. I was going through Harrison Ford's filmography a little while ago, and he pops up in a pivotal role.
It's a good
Pretty good
movie.
in that. Yeah,
That's
he
an
he
appreciated movie.
he like Billy Zane kind of got typecast as villains for a little while.
He did.
He started off in stuff like he was on Broadway with he played Danny Zuko in Grease
He's
on
in
Broadway. And then Hair was his first big movie. So he's kind of known for that. And then he started doing what was it, Smooth Talk? Is that the one with Laura Dern?
I remember Prince of the City was like a big one.
Yeah, that's maybe the first like he's a bit of an anti-hero, right?
He's a corrupt cop.
Yeah, sort of in the vein of Bad Lieutenant. Not as gruesome, but
Conscience, but yeah.
yeah. But then I remember hearing about Smooth Talk, and he's a little bit creepy towards Laura Dern, and he's sort of not pigeonholed, but he starts going down a vein. I was reading on Wikipedia. He said he got a little addicted to cocaine, and he said I was going down this path, and I was being told I was the next Pacino or De Niro, and I kind of derailed my own train, but I ended up where I was meant to be, meaning something like Everwood. So I think he was kind of gonna be like in that same tough guy, gangster angle like they were. What was Once Upon a Time in America,
Right.
But yeah, he has a decent filmography. I didn't realize all the good turns he has.
Right.
What do you think Jimmy would like?
Jimmy.
Mm.
I feel like Jimmy would like Marathon Man.
Yeah, he's the Central Park jock.
Or
Not
Deep
great.
Rising, actually.
Or J. Edgar Hoover.
Which one was that?
J. Edgar Hoover. He plays J. Edgar Hoover. There was a TV movie.
Oh yeah, for all we know, he'd seen it.
1987.
Yeah,
The Substitute too, he will.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if he'd ever seen any of these.
Probably not. Like he's got a solid filmography of things that I've never seen. So
Yeah, to be
But
honest,
then again, that's not really news.
I feel like Jimmy might like 1941. I'll have to ask him if he's seen it, but he
Probably.
wouldn't. He wouldn't steal it from you. Can? He's not here.
He's off in the jungle
Yeah.
looking for the
Yeah.
Phantom.
Tammy
Yeah.
Tigers. He's filming another movie at that
Did you know-
exact beach.
Actually, wait a second. Jimmy could be the Phantom.
That's true.
We've never seen Jimmy and the Phantom in the same room.
Look
That's
at that.
true.
Nor did we see what Billy Zane's kid looked like at the end of the movie.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
And the timeline matches up.
There you go.
So, what are we covering next month? Do you remember, Cory? It's one of your picks.
Next month we're covering my favorite Farrelly Brothers movie, which is Kingpin.
We kind of get to talk about the Farrelly brothers' career. This is their peak. All their big films happened in the 90s, or
Yeah.
biggest.
This one actually underperformed when it came out.
Yeah, you showed me this, and I don't know that I think it was later in our friendship, not right away, but
No problem.
yeah. Speaking of Woody Harrelson,
Yep.
yeah, so that should be fun.
We've covered a lot of Bill Murray.
Yeah, is this sort of our last time with Bill?
Yeah, he does a lot. He does a lot of junk after this.
Yeah, for the next few years. I mean, we're wrapping up soon, honestly.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of chances to get some of these actors that have been on a lot. I think we've already done our last Gene Hackman.
Yep. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
The back half.
Unless we do Enemy of the State.
Yeah. I feel like that was popular enough though. He's just in The Man Who Knew Too Little. Wild Things.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, never seen it. I want to do Cradle Will Rock, but you say it's bad.
Is that technically 99 or 2000?
It's December 99, so it would be our last episode.
Wow.
But then we'd sort of begin with Bill Murray and end with him.
That's true.
I have some plans for 99 to do like a recap of our whole podcast.
Can we
I'm
get
gonna go back and do a retrospective about.
I'm excited for our last episode.
All right, why are we thinking about that? That's 3 years off.
Well, we're already almost there. Things fly by, man.
The finale.
Let's concentrate on the present.
Well, we were in the past. We're getting to the present. We're going to be bowling for...
Columbine?
I said soup in my head. That tells you where our brains go.
Bowling
Everyone-
for apples.
Everyone have a good July 4th. Stay safe.
Yeah. Stay away
Don't
from
be
the
stealing
reflecting-
artifacts from the jungle.
Yeah, no national treasure for you.
We didn't kill him this time. He was already dead.
Cop cars driving by.